Greetings, Tony from Over Hard Goods again. Today's video talks about a visit from the Old Tool Fairy. Now this is a guy I've been dealing with for almost 30 years and used to buy off of him at the flea markets. And the past few years we've just been doing what I call a 5-minute flea market where we arrange to meet up someplace. I hand him a lot of money, he hands me a lot of tools. Well, this time he said he was going to be coming through my town here and stopped in on Monday, and well, I handed him a lot of money and he handed me a lot of tools, and there's a lot of great stuff in there. And also it was a really good day of picking at the flea market on Sunday, so got a lot to talk about, got a lot of nice tools to show you, so here we go. Well, this is the first box of goodies. I haven't really looked at this stuff real close, so let's take a look what's in there. First, there's a slate ripper. This one's signed, might be a Stort's. I'll have to do some investigating. I'll watch it hit the floor hard. A big slitter gauge. That'll need a little work. Big hand forged turn screw. Handle's seriously going to need some help. Not sure I can say that, but you never know. Gimlet. This one's got some wear to it. Looks like feels like a lignin mallet based on the weight. Bit worn, but still, that's what it is. Vintage scratch all. Another gimlet. A wooden. I can do this one-handed. That's kind of stiff. Wooden bevel square. I'll have to loosen that up just a bit. Spoke shave. That blade's not too bad. Made by the world famous cast steel, if you can see that. Just make a mark, make a mark, make a mark. No. A plated bit stock, signed, but unfortunately the pad has some damage to it. A butcher, looks like a butcher, yep. Gouge. Handle's a bit rough, but not too bad. No, it's not a butcher. I believe that's a Greaves. A early draw knife. Handles are going to take a little TLC, and it's worn, but tri-square. That might clean up all right. I'm guessing that's a Diston. And a few bits. Kind of worn lip dogger. Center boring bit, countersink. A couple of more center points. And then whatever that one was, it's now worn. So, but anyways, that was box number 1. And here we have box number 2. In the bag is a whole bunch of leather punches, one arch punch, and a bunch of smaller belt punches. A adjustable hollow auger, looks like one of the Sterns. Not too bad. We can make that look pretty. Here we have a Woods hollow auger. I might be able to salvage that one as well. Here we have a fixed hollow auger. Not too bad. Somebody may have replaced the blades. See if there's a mark on it. Just some user initials, unless there's something on the barrel, but Sterns. Spoke pointer. This is a Bridgeport tool handle. Don't know how many bits are in there. I didn't look, and somebody's got a gimlet point jammed in there. A nice looking pad saw, except the blade's not right, but don't see maker's name on it. A couple of saw sets. This is a Diston. This is not signed. Looks like one of the Stearns models. Atkins breaker gauge. This one's not too bad. It needs a little more clean. It's got patents. In case you've never cleaned one of these, they are a pain to clean. Here we got a big H.D. Smith winged perfect handle screwdriver. It's got some pitting on the tip, but it is marked. And a Stanley, if I can move it. Yep. Stanley bevel square. This one's also got the rule and level. It's got the patent date on the blade. Sorry if you can't see that. I'm looking, trying to read. And the lever's broke off, so I'll have to find one, but I keep a couple of spare ones around, so that's it for box 2. And here we are at box number 3. Here we have an early Cooper's ads. Still got some steel left on it. It's got some pitting and some dings, and this handle definitely got to go, but some slate splitting chisels. That's one of the bigger ones. Yeah, those are getting harder to find. There's a small one. Three more down in there. We got a kind of different looking hand-forged slate hammer. Tack claws or the nail claws are gone. Unfortunately, the face is chipped, but this is one of those ones you hang on the wall. The wooden handle, somebody's peened over at the end. Harry was buttresses. I just finally sold one that I've had out there for a couple of years, so I guess these will be around for a while, but who knows. Oh, this is kind of neat. Hand-forged box scraper. It's got the Stort's name on it. I kind of suspect somebody took a Stort's box scraper and reworked it into a one-handed model, because I've never seen them unless they made them that way. Pretty cool. Hand-forged chopper of sorts. Bang, bang, bang. Yeah, I know. And this one's kind of beat and banged up, but it's a Bell system. Oh no, this is a Warwood Bell system hammer. Even has the hole for the coffee cup holder. I'm sure I'll get some comments on that. Yeah, I know what it's for, but hey, you know, sometimes you take what you get, right? And here we have box number 4. A couple of neat trammel points that have got a patent date on them. I don't know if you can see it or not. I gotta look that up. Not sure who made them. They're gonna lose this beam, or I'm gonna shrink it considerably. Those ones and shipping a whole bunch of wood. A couple of Starrett rules. That's a 600. It's a 600. Yeah, they're both the same. Not too bad. Top names polished up a bit. 24 inches, in case anybody's counting. A Jackson back saw. Jackson, of course, was made by Diston. That was actually not too bad. Yeah, just fairly straight, and toe's going to need some cleaning on it. A big tri-square. see a name yet. There might not be one on them. This one has a little lip on the end. I talked about that in my square video. This might be one of the older distance. It's hard to say because this blade's got some light patina, but hey, I stamped someone on there. A Stanley. This is their 18 TB trade bevel. This is one they made for trade schools. A steel tape by somebody. Well, it's an Irwin box. There's a bunch of bits here, including a Forstner bit, a couple of plug cutting bits. Now those don't show up too often. And a couple screwdrivers, a little dowel bit, and some other miscellaneous bits and goodies in there. Bits and bits. Well, it's a general depth gauge and protractor. This is kind of neat. It's a little clamp or vise of some sort. I'm thinking it's a jeweler's tool. It is signed. A wee machinist tri-square. It's a Starrett thread pitch gauge, model number 155. Another Starrett. Oops. Let's see, 472. Another Starrett thread pitch gauge. Always a crowd pleaser. A well cleaned dingle stock. I think somebody dip cleaned this. I know he didn't do it, but it's actually in pretty good shape. The head's in good shape, so I do have to do a dingle stock video one of these days. We have a Stanley Sweetheart Trine Miter Square. It's not too bad. Need a little detailing on it. General protractor. Craftsman protractor. Pair of key clamps. I don't know if these are Starretts or not. I don't see them marked, but we'll figure that out. And they're riding on a little Starrett 3-inch rule. Pocket scribe. I guess I should have my reading glasses on. That might be one of the Starretts. Here we got a little miter gauge. Oh, I forget the original patent on these, but these were sold by Brown and Sharp for a while. And that was actually in pretty good shape with a little patina and user marks on the head. Little machinist bevel square. Another machinist tri-square. This is a Miller Falls divider. These are actually, they look like these are wad punches. They're sized by the gauge. That's a 15. That's an oddball. This one's a 12. And that one's even signed. And that one I can't read. Maybe a 14. They're actually not in too bad a shape. Usually the ends are always bashed up on them. A Stanley 130 double-ended block plane. That's actually in pretty good shape. And a machinist caliper. It's signed. That might be a Starrett. I can't read the mark. Maybe you can, but hey, they is what they is, right? So everything's back in the box, so I get time to sort it. Of course, I did have some room on the end of my workbench, but I now don't have any room on the end of the workbench, so time to start selling this stuff. And here we're going to take a closer look at a couple of pieces that came out of the that pile. First up is this square. Nathan Ames of Boston, Massachusetts was granted patent number 9089 on July 6, 1852 for the original design of this tool. These were made by Brown and Sharp. This one was made by Darling Brown and Sharp, who were in business up until about the 1890s when Mr. Darling left the scene. And it's in really good shape. I mean, considering the fact this guy's 130 years old at the least. Few scuffs, few scrapes, but the ruling's good. All the edges are crispy. There's a username on the back, but you'll have that. But this is a neat tool, and what it is it's a center finder. You place a circular object in here and use this to locate the center of it, similar to what you do with a center finder on a combination square. But this also can be used as a tri-square and also as a miter square. And it's a pretty neat tool. And they're not that common, despite what folks think. Next up are these guys. I'll zoom in close here. Diedrich Jansen and William DeVoe of Torrington, Connecticut, which was a major tool producing area for a long time, were granted patent number 357771 on February 15th, 1887 for the design of these tools. These are actually made to go on a framing square. They look like regular trammel points, but they're used with a framing square as both square guides and trammel points. The patent picture also shows them being used as a plumb bob with the hole in the back. You just run a string through there. And these also cleaned up in pretty good shape. Nothing really much patina-wise, considering, how old these guys are. And they're also very rare. I mean, you just do not find these at all, especially finding a pair of them. You might see an orphan one out there once in a while, but they're kind of neat and very collectible tools. Well, Sunday at the flea market, it started off around 37, 38 degrees, but it's warming up to past 70 here in the afternoon already, and pickings were pretty good. Made up for me missing the past couple of weeks because of rain and what have you, and what few things I got, well, let's just say things were looking kind of bleak. So we're going to start with the Stanley stuff first. Type 16. Number 4, type 16, number 5. I passed on the Ratty type 17, number 6, because I don't need any more of those, and the tote was bad. Got an English Stanley number 7. I also passed on another 7 body that was in really nasty shape, even though the price was right, but I got enough junk. 45. Yeah, it's got some patina, but all the parts are there, so I'm just going to probably give that the once over, make sure everything works, and sell it kind of as is. A fairly clean Stanley Rulon level 6-inch bevel square with the patent date on it. And a Stanley Rulon level tri-square with the eagle mark, which I'm sure is going to make its way to a video, because that's a pretty uncommon piece. Round 2 of the finds. There is a Slack and Howden compass smoothing plane. They were Liverpool makers. And unmarked double boxed complex molder. Greenfield tool, quarter round. I think it's about 7/8 or so. A pretty nice Kellogg Emmer's mast, 1/2-inch dado plane. I believe this is a Stothbert. The mark's kind of hard to read. Bath snipe bill. Don't see them too often. Another Miller Falls patented hold all. I might have said hold fast last time. Brace. That one's actually a little better shape, so that one might get to the cleaning faster. A Samson. I think it's 1.25 inches. Yep, using the old finger rule. A firmer chisel. I'll put a different handle on it, but good framing chisel handle is always worth some money anyways. A newer Stanley 750 1-inch chisel. A pretty nice Starrett bench level. Oh, I think this is a 14-inch one. I didn't measure it. And a German fret saw. Needs a blade, but I do believe I have some here. So that's round 2. And last, we get to the exercise portion of our program here. I got 4 pairs of blacksmith tongs. Boy, they ain't been showing up much, and they'll need a little cleaning, but they ain't too bad. Pretty decent. I'm guessing it's about a 1 3/4, maybe a 2-pound straight peen, cross peen hammer, excuse me. Handle shot, that'll come off. Straight peen hammer that needs some cleaning, but don't look too bad, no serious flaws. An Ohio tool skew rabbit that kind of missed the first batch of molding planes. Orphan chisel handle, always can use those. A couple of Osborne and 1 Crowder leather arch punches. C.S. Osborne, marking all, scratch all, whatever you want to call it. A brown and sharp combination square rule with a kind of ratty Starrett head on it. It's time to start painting those as well. And a Wentzler cast iron small clamp. That looks about 4-inch, 5-inch, I don't know, I didn't measure it, but it's like a neat little clamp. It's solid, better than plastic ones, as I always say. So pretty good pickings for one day of work. And that's all for this time, folks. I hope you enjoyed my presentation. I hope you learned something. And as always, if you like what you're seeing, please hit that subscribe button to be notified when new videos are posted. Thanks for watching, and bye.